Landed in Melbourne about 9 p.m., walked alone to his car, got him on those cameras. This time it's the state cameras and the security cameras. At 9:32 p.m., he's seen leaving. And that's it. He's gone. No more Rockefeller. Herman, you're out of there. So luckily, again, today, just a little bit before showtime, we got a little tip. Mr. Rockefeller is associated with Genesis Research and Development Corporation. They make GM everything and had a big long list of patents. And there's a lot of GM going on in this world, and it isn't General Motors, let me tell you. They even want to genetically modify trees so the forest will be just arcane, who knows what, synthesized rubber that nothing can live in, near, or around. And then one of the other big names that comes due with the Rockefeller family is the family called Pratt. And if you know your rockets and you know your jets, you probably heard of Pratt and Whitney. Ooh. By the rocket's red glare. And of course, Mr. Rockefeller is also a graduate of Harvard, and that's a great place to go because a lot of famous people go there and they have secret societies and they get into all kinds of neat stuff. Then another story that just had absolutely nothing to do with any of this, but probably does after we look at it from a different perspective, was the discovery of these caves in Mexico, in Chihuahua. Total crystal cave. So a mining company went down, broke into this vault, and they found this really bizarre crystal material at the bottom. And so they've sealed it up so people can't get in there. This was found in about the year 2000 in this mine. And National Geographic has posted this up. BBC did a documentary on this last week, as I recall, from some of the fans. And, just an absolutely bizarre, unusual place. It's 150 degrees Fahrenheit in there, so you don't stay too long. These are just gigantic crystals. It's just almost like Superman's cave, if you're into that series of movies. Just phenomenal what's there. And then when I played the ad of company, the rocket company, they also have a branch in Costa Rica, so you can find it there. But Ad Astra, they have a former astronaut, I think his name was Diaz, but he speaks in Spanish. It's got 20 subtitles, including some rarer languages. And they get into the detail of the plasma. And the beauty of it is, like, it just disintegrates anything and everything, but it piles it up in its periodic table of elements. So can you imagine as a mining company that you deploy a plasma weapon underground? It's like you go to the food store, and you want to buy something, but everything's all mixed together. The rice is with the fish, it's with the potatoes, there's no wrapping, everything's just piled together in a big hodgepodge in the middle, and you want to find a steak, or you want to get a couple of potatoes. Well, you got to really work to get it. And it's going to be dirty and icky and sticky because it's with other stuff. Like, you don't want it mixed with the fish, with your donuts and stuff like that. It's just not going to be too good. Then someone invents like a little grenade that just sorts it all out and puts it on the shelves, and it's all in its little bag, and you just pick up what you want, nicely inventoried. Well, if this plasma weapon puts everything back into its periodic elements, can you imagine how much money that would save you as a miner? That all this mysterious ore just disappears and all of a sudden reappears as gold and silver and copper and anything else that's in the periodic table of elements. So you have 100% recovery of everything. And the byproduct is it leaves a strange glass-like film, almost like crystals in a cave. Wow. That'd be worth selling the family farm for. So what if this cave isn't a natural occurrence? What if it is a place where a plasma weapon was deployed, and this is the glass residue that's left from it? Who knows? But we're a conspiracy show, so we can say that. Because we like to make jokes and put a little fun on for stuff like that, and we tied these events to the Kennedy conspiracy and pretend we have a lone gunman in a schoolbook depository with a scalar weapon, and he's responsible for the Haiti earthquake. But at the same time, we have a Zapruder film that shows a plasma ball over the sky, kind of near the grassy knoll, and a strange head snap as the buildings collapse that no one can explain. So we just have to dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and when we get it down into that hole, we find all kinds of bizarre sheer glass that could be the results of the deployment of a plasma weapon. Good fun, this game, World Global Domination, that we play. Why leave it for the rich? So we have a new Georgism for 2010 on the Constitution. A constitution not backed up by the people's right to bear arms is no more valuable than a fiat currency not backed up by gold or silver. It is a piece of paper that diminishes with value over time as the original terms and conditions are forgotten by the succeeding generations through manipulation or neglect until it is completely worthless. The tyrant can be no more expected to see the needs and desires of the people as the predator his feed. It is the law of the jungle that supersedes all laws over time, since it is the lowest common denominator. Without physical means to hold the tyrant at bay, all semblance of honor or justice or peace or liberty is nothing more than an illusion. Because the law of the jungle is a supreme law, and it still applies everywhere, unless you have power. So if you give the power to the state, or you give it to the police or the intelligence agencies or whatever you give it to, then you have no power. And if you don't have any power, we're in a lot of trouble. As our friends in Britain found out when they took away their rights to own firearms. They fell for one of those false flag operations, one of those horrible massacres in a school where they killed children, not realizing there is such a thing as a false flag operation. Now everywhere you go as a slave. You're a serf returning to where you were hundreds of years ago when your forefathers and mothers were serfs. But look on the bright side. After the lord of the manor screws your wife, maybe she'll be a little better in bed, eh? But that's what they fought for. That's what they got rid of. They had a free country, and then everybody fell asleep because they don't understand the prime law. It's not the Star Trek prime directive. It's the law of the jungle. And that's why you need to be in control, not these people. They work for you. Don't ever let it be. Boy, oh boy, Bay and Dundas might not be here after an hour. So you're going to have a lot of fun, and stay tuned. Lenny Bloom, good man, he's on deck. Mrs. Steele, she's on deck. And put your sunglasses on because it's going to get bright. Thanks for listening. Same that time, same that channel next week.